Welcome to Orbotech booth here at IPC APEX. I'm joined by Sharon Cohen, who is the president of Orbotech West.
Yes.
Welcome, Sharon.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So let's start by just defining what Orbotech West is. What territories does that cover?
Orbotech West covers the territories of EMEA, which is Europe and Africa, North America, and Latin America combined. So that's the Western world.
Okay, so that part of the Western world. And you are specifically responsible really for the PCB area of the business. Now you've got a number of different divisions in there that you use to help to monitor and give support to your customers. So maybe we can go through some of these and you can tell us how they interact with your customers.
Absolutely. So Orbotech focuses on end-to-end relationships and deep relationships with our customers. It comes through technology and the different solutions that we offer, from the design software, being partners of the designers of the solutions, our customers' customers, if you will, the inspection technologies, the AOI system, the direct images, the inkjets, the VFs, the laser drillers, and so on. So we offer a variety of technologies for this partnership. And in addition, we're focusing on a regional structure to support our customers and help them be successful. This is our utmost goals, to help them increase their yields, their throughput, to help them meet their customers' expectations. And that's our partnership is here to support.
Right, okay. And so let's drill down on how you actually do that. I mean, there's a lot of talk around this show about Industry 4.0, use of smart data, etc. Obviously in the AOI business, you're right at the heart of that, you're gathering all that information. How does that feed back to your customer?
So it feedbacks on many different levels. So on the Industry 4.0, we're absolutely leading in that direction through the traceability solutions, the communication between the different parts of the process. Orbotech being part of different elements within the manufacturing process has a huge advantage to support our customers, and I think Mark will be talking about that in a minute. In addition, the use of data helps us to help our customers to get better results. One of the things we've done in Orbotech West and in Orbotech in general is to develop a monitoring center that basically monitors the performance of the machines from remote at any given time. Using predictive analytics algorithms, we're able to actually predict a slowdown in the machine or potential future manufacturing issues that can be resolved before they even occur. So we take the partnership and the relationship to the next level of being proactive ahead of time.
Right. So you're doing things like predictive maintenance and that type of thing on customers' equipment?
Exactly. We can analyze graphs of environmental issues, for instance, around a machine, and see the trend is going into a certain direction, and we can calculate pretty much when the next intervention would be, so we have enough time to work with our customers to plan this, to prevent it in some cases, and to make sure that they're enjoying a high availability of the machine so they can meet their customers' expectations.
Now Orbotech operates at many different levels within the PCB manufacturing process, and you actually start out at the design level. So does any of this information feed back to the design tools that you have?
Of course, I think it all comes into one big solutions. We start with the designers, giving them the tools, the in-stack design being one of them, that focuses on their needs so they can design the product and the process in an efficient way. Then we use the solution and the platform to communicate with all of our technologies throughout the manufacturing process, and circle back the data through the Industry 4.0 so we can optimize the solution. It's really one big system, one big ecosystem of manufacturing that Orbotech is leading and being part of.
Absolutely, that's wonderful. Now, we were standing actually in front of your latest machine, the Ultra Dimension 700, and I believe we're going to be joining Mark shortly, who's going to give us more information. But for the meantime, Sharon, I want to thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, it's been a pleasure.
So now we're joined by Mark Mendoza. He's the pre-sales engineer. And we're looking at the very latest machine in the Orbotech stable, the Ultra Dimension 700.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this machine, Mark, and what its key features are.
Okay. So as you probably know, Orbotech's been a market leader in AOI for many, many years. And in that effort, we always need to understand the need of the customer. What's driving their needs. Faster, higher throughputs, tools. We need to understand what's coming off of that machine, analysis data, not just shorts and opens. We want a system that provides a customer more value added. So with the Ultra Dimension, it includes not only the standard open short detection, but what we see in this new market is blind vias, a lot of vias, and customers want to be able to find these vias, you know, and the new type of packaging and new type of boards. We see that the vias are critical, but inspecting at the same time. So what we have with Ultra Dimension is multi-channel. Right. So not only are we scanning with one light, but we're scanning with two different lights, and we're able to create different thresholds so that we can ensure that we're not only finding defects on the pattern, but also in the vias, all at the same scan. This is one of the enhancements of how being able to report on these type of defects without sacrificing time, efficiency. Again, a multi-image. Another thing that we're introducing into this family of the Ultra Dimension is a 2D metrology.
Right, that's important. I mean, because it's one thing taking image data, but people need metrology to be able to report that into an Industry 4.0 system.
Yes, exactly. And customers want to do this without handling the panel. You know, you want to minimize the handling effort, not have to pull the panel off, go out to a microscope. So what we do with the Dimension is immediately after the scan, we go on and do measurements. Now the really nice thing about the Dimension is we're using UV light to actually measure at the base, and we're using white light to measure at the surface. So like pads may not be critical from the base, but definitely from the surface, so we use white light. So this enables us to grab that information, those measurements very accurate, and store those for the customer.
Right, okay. So now this information, as soon as you've captured it though, it goes offline to a central control area where you could have a controller basically monitoring several machines.
Yes, so with our RMIV technology, what happens is during the scan of the defect or the panel, the defects are automatically sent over to a remote multi-image verification station. And what that allows is the machine to be utilized for what it's meant for scanning, finding defects. Again, this can be automated, and we want to continue to move panels through there, but we want an operator to be somewhere else, possibly verifying defects or potential false defects and sorting through those without tying the machine up, allowing it to do what it's meant to do.
Right, okay. So, you know, and the final area I think we want to talk about is obviously on tracking these defects and traceability, but you also use AI to try and make this job a little bit easier. How does that work?
So we have what's called an Animagic Technology, and this magic technology is working in the background. It's transparent, and it's a sort of AI that's analyzing all the defects, the defect possible, not necessary defects are being reported, but defects that it's potential defects to report to the operator. And instead of reporting to them and asking them to make that decision, it's producing a check on the board and saying this defect looks similar, it's really not going to cause me an electrical problem, it's within my tolerances of nicks or opens and short, so I'm not going to report that to the operator. So we're trying to take some of that guesswork out of the operator's hand and use some intelligence, some logics behind it, and filter and reduce the false call. Because at the end of the day, we wanted to scan and find the true defects.
Right, okay. But the important thing is it's capturing all the data, but it's only sending what it reckons is the important data for verification by the operator.
Right. Yeah.
Super. Well, I want to thank you for giving us a walkthrough on the Ultra Dimension 700, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.